most significant evening in Chelsea's recent history started as the news of owner Roman Abramovich's decision to sell the club swept around the unlikely surroundings of Kenilworth Road. Abramovich, the Russian whose fortune has fueled Chelsea's collection of 17 major trophies since July 2003 when he took control, delivered in a proposed departure in a statement released 62 minutes before the start of their FA Cup fifth round tie against Luton. As Chelsea fans filed through the narrow streets and downpour and onto the Oak Road end of the compact stadium, the significance of Abramovich's words sunk in. It was an courageous setting for such a dramatic act to take place, but make no mistake, this was a seismic moment for the club, recently crowned Club World Cup champions. Those Chelsea fans who remember where they were when they heard the news, Chelsea fans have lived with the deal that Abramovich struck when he brought the club from Ken Bates for $140 million. In exchange for success, large number of those fans have accepted his ruthlessness when it comes to changing managers. Those have also been allegations that he is close to Russian President Vladimir Putin, which he denies. Abramovich Chelsea reversed the traditional role of football. Instability brought success. The status quo was banished. Managers came and went, but the trophies packed in Stamford Bridge with relentless regularity on his watch. He delivered the silverware that made Chelsea's England's most successful club during his time at Stamford Bridge. It was clear many of the away supporters at Kenilworth Road were still grateful for what he has given, with their measured reaction during their 3-2 win. As Chelsea fans checked their phones for the reaction to the news, a large number of their 1,570 fans and a crowd of 10,140 loudly chanted Roman's name. It was greeted with resounding cheers for Luton fans who, relishing the chance to try and set some fresh material on those Chelsea supporters who may have felt uncomfortable with their supporting association with the Russian. Luton fans drowned out the chants, responding with "You're getting sold in the morning." It will not be that quick, but the reality for Chelsea and their fans is the man whose manager is largely responsible for the lavish collection of silverware will soon be gone. Even the traditional Chelsea taunt of "We've won it all" brought the custom response of "You brought it all" from the home support. As regular chants of support rose up for Abramovich from one end, jeers and your embarrassment flew back in the other direction from the three sides of Kenilworth Road. Chelsea players were unaware that Abramovich was about to announce his sale of the club. Thomas Tuchel, who reacted with such frustration to persistent questioning about Abramovich's future and events in Ukraine, was concentrating on his thoughts, refreshing his sides after the previous Carabao Cup final defeat at Liverpool. It appeared that the size and scale of what he had just announced and its possible ramifications for Chelsea was just dawning on Tuchel's players as they started this highly entertaining game in fog. Slow and listless, they allowed Reece Burke to herd Luton into the lead after only 2 minutes. For a few minutes, the sporting world of Chelsea fans were turned upside down. Abramovich was on his way out. Suddenly they were embarrassing by a championship club in the FA Cup. Chelsea's win ultimately a mere footnote given what had landed in the hour before the game. Tuchel, so much in the spotlight as rumours swirled around Abramovich, was aware of what was unfolding around this time and certainly seems to suggest some players at least were affected by the noise. He said, "Maybe I heard a little earlier than you, but still close to kick-off. We heard the rumours throughout the day, saw on TV, when we had team meetings knit together, everyone talks about it. It's big news. Let's wait and see for what the day brings. We're not living on an island. The players have the internet. Some are more concerned to play a match in the same day where focus is absolutely key, so it's not easy and makes it a bigger performance. We tried to stay more focused and cancel the noise. It's not easy, but we did it." The announcement was a shock, and yet not a shock in the same breath. The idea of Abramovich and his money is hard to take in, but on the other hand, the attention that has been focused on Abramovich as a result of events in Ukraine, leading to questions about him in Parliament, made the decision to sell more likely. Alan Shearer raised questions about Abramovich's announcement and said, "This is a huge moment for Chelsea. He's brought massive success over his 20 years, but selling a football club is not simple. It can take months and years. But more importantly, there is still no condemnation from Roman or the club about what's happening in Ukraine. Abramovich's departure from Chelsea would end an eventful relationship lasting almost 2 decades. Chelsea almost uniquely seemed to thrive on chaos during that relationship. Popular managers came and went at the whim. He was unquestioned for a large part because no matter how much instability he appeared to invite with constant changes of managers and personnel, Chelsea enjoyed the greatest period of success in their history. Under his ownership, Chelsea won 5 Premier League titles, 2 Champions Leagues, 5 FA Cups, 3 League Cups and 2 Europa Leagues. Even in what we now know to be the closing months of his time, Chelsea have won the Club World Cup and the UEFA Super Cup. It was his success that sustained his relationship with Chelsea fans, and despite all the questions and controversy, they still felt a bond as they filed out into the Luton Rain back to London. Many Chelsea fans were not willing to let Abramovich go quietly or without the appreciation, even as they were sent on their way by more taunts from their Luton counterparts. The Russian was still being cheered by so many in the away end, but the credits marking at the end for Roman Abramovich's time at Chelsea started rolling here on this wintry night in Bedfordshire. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, make thoughts, comments down below, fill out the link description made for daily football news and subscribe to our channel, and that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.